Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So first of all, thank you very much to the entire IFA Galaxy team for, inviting me here and giving me the opportunity to speak to all of you. And also, I must compliment the team because they've picked a very, very insightful and very interesting theme. First time I read it, AI and EI, I was not able to easily comprehend it, but it's definitely very insightful. So many, many compliments. Thank you for picking this kind of theme. Because what type of theme or overarching vision that you give, it defines how everybody else also thinks and conducts themselves. So thank you once again for inviting. And it's a deep pleasure for myself as well as White Oak Capital to partner with all of you and come here and meet all of you. Now, what I'm going to cover is similar, on the lines of the theme itself. But the way to express, I have kind of thought of my own way to express. And that is why I have thought of these words, which is called thrive in gray. Now, before I really, there are not many slides in this presentation. And before I dive into the presentation, let me just give some context. What do I mean by thrive in gray? I am actually not appropriately dressed to talk about thrive in gray because I am wearing black clothes. But there is a reason why I actually mentioned this. Do you know, for all of those who follow the statistics, right? Like for example, I'll blend in two concepts. If you follow statistics, in our industry, the most important statistic to follow is not the returns of our portfolios or the returns of your clients. If you're thinking of emotional intelligence, then the most important, and emotional intelligence and counseling or giving right advice to your customers, then the most important statistic to track is on the AMFI website, which is the monthly AMFI data of the mutual fund flows, right? You must have seen innumerable times Mr. Buffett is quoted to say that be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. I'm sure there is nobody in this hall who has not heard this. Everybody has heard this, right? You must have heard a zillion times where you are said, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. You must have heard this. Now, in this particular phrase, when somebody says, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy, in this particular phrase, you must have realized that the most important word is others, correct? Because the defining point, when somebody says be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy, the defining point is that to be a successful investor, you should not be counted amongst others. Is that right? So to be a successful investor, you should not be counted amongst the others. That automatically means that first of all, you should know what others are doing. And then you should ensure that you are not doing what others are doing. So the key question is, how do you know what others are doing? And for that, there are many casual statements made, like, when the pan wala tells you to buy a stock, that gives you a sense of what others are doing, what people are thinking. But in our industry, there is one benefit that we are openly publishing every month what others are doing. Correct? But nobody sees it. So let's take some examples of this. If you take, in recent times, what is the biggest concern for 1.5 year Nifty is around 25,000 plus minus. Of course, small cap has corrected a bit, mid cap has corrected. But if you look at frontline Nifty for 1.5 year, it is about 25,000 plus or minus, correct? But if you see the fund flows, if you track AMFI website religiously every month, and if you track where others are investing, then you will have observed few data points which I'll share with you now. If you take the peak of the market, the previous peak, which was say end of August 2024, September 2024, if you look at the month of September 2024, or in many months actually the industry gets about 30 to 35,000 crore of net inflow. And what we are talking here, equity funds plus hybrid funds minus arbitrage. We are not counting ETFs, index funds, institutional money, all of that. We are talking about the categories that all of you deal with. The categories that all of you deal with, which is equity and hybrid, and we should remove arbitrage because it's a fixed income surrogate. So the categories that you deal with, which is equity and hybrid, less arbitrage, In September 2024, it got about 30,000 crores. Now, tell me something in this room. In September 24, when equity plus hybrid minus arbitrage, when it was 30,000 crores, which category of funds got maximum money? Can anybody guess? It was not small cap. Sector funds and thematic funds. It was 13,000 crores. Net inflow in sector funds and thematic funds at the peak of Nifty, it was 13,000 crores. When sector funds and thematic funds were the biggest category with 13,000 crores, does anybody know in that same month how much came in gold? Take a wild guess. How much was it gold net flow? I am not asking you silver because nobody knew that silver funds existed 1.5 years back. So I'm not even asking you. But tell me gold, how much money came in September 24? 1,000 crore net flow. 1,000 crore. So you do 1 year fast forward. From September 24, you move to September 25. Now tell me in September 25, how much net inflow did sector funds and thematic funds get? You have to be quick because you are eating into my time. How much? Quick guess. 1,000 crores. So in September 25, how much did gold get? 8,000 crores. Now come to December 25. In December 2025, how much did sector funds and thematic funds get? 900 crores. In another 2-3 months, it will become negative. But how much did gold get in December 2025? 13,000 crores. And silver, which comes in other ETF, and after some slicing and dicing, people said silver got 9,000 crores. Now tell me something, how does any one category, if people are doing some asset allocation and all that what we are talking, how is it that at pivot points of the market, like peak of the market, sector fund, thematic fund, then small cap fund, then mid cap fund, it becomes the main thing. 1.5 years later, when equity disappoints people, gold gets more than equity. After gold has gone 2x, after silver has gone 7x, it gets more money than equity. I was involved in launching in 2023. By the way, this presentation I made, it was made first time in 2023. In 2023, I was involved in launching a multi-asset fund, which at the peak had 33% in gold and silver. Do you know how much money we raised in that fund when it came? 60 crores. Of course, we are not a big company. We anyway don't raise a lot of money. But 60 crore is quite bad. We are not that bad actually. 3 years back. Now we get every month 600 crores. That's a different story. But when we launched the fund, it was only 60 crores. Okay. So what is happening is, why do people have such exaggerated views? Like in September 2024, people are dead sure that they have to invest in sector funds and thematic funds. Today, people are dead sure that they have to invest in gold and silver. I have learned one thing, only dead people can be dead sure. Okay? And the reason why I have written thrive in gray, now I'll come to 4-5 slides. See, what is happening is that human behavior, human nature, let me tell you one thing, human nature is incapable of handling uncertainty. Whereas successful investors are the ones who can handle uncertainty. What is human nature? See, forget mutual fund investing, forget stock markets for a moment. It is our basic nature to seek clarity. It is our basic nature to seek certainty. You know, one of your valued employee quits, you want to know why exactly that person has quit. If a friend stops talking to you, you want to know exactly what is the reason. If you encounter some unfortunate event, you want to know why it happened to me, right? Now, everybody who is grown up here knows that for anything there is never one singular reason, right? If your favorite employee quits, they might say they are not happy with you, but it might just be the distance to the office. right? It might be that they have to drop their kid to school in the morning, but they cannot tell you that, right? So what is happening is that human mind, we need certainty, we need closure, we need clarity. Whereas the reality is, oh my God, I only started now. And there is no negative points or something, no? So why human beings find it very difficult to navigate markets? The reason is because we seek certainty, we seek clarity, we want definitive answers. And what is the reality? The reality is that there is no clarity, there is no certainty, there are no definitive answers for anything, correct? Do you know what is the biggest difference between human beings and animals? There are many differences. I asked biggest difference. The big difference is a word called meta-thinking. What is the meaning of that? We are probably the only species. See, all animals think, but they do exactly what they think the moment they think about it, right? But how are human beings different? Human beings are different because we can think about what we are thinking. We can think and analyze about what we are thinking. So I'll give you an example. People want certainty, people want clarity. Now I'll give you an example. In 2013, those of you who followed the stock market, they will say 2000 was bad, 2008 was bad, 2020 was bad, right? In my personal experience in 26 years, I think the worst was 2013. Because in 2013, after 6 years, like 2008 was the peak of the market. After some 5-6 years also, Nifty was below the previous peak. So everything about long term was in challenge in 2013. So at that time, I was in a different organization. My boss at that time is a very famous man. All my bosses are very famous, but that boss is also very famous. So in 2013, I went with him for a meeting. And if you recall, in 2013, any meeting you went, people used to say, "Arey, you guys are always saying long term. What is long term? After 6 years, my NAV is down." All these kind of things were happening, right? So all the meetings, and in my job and in your job, the most difficult thing is when market goes down, we are continuously listening to people whose money is below the par value or whatever it is. So 2013 also, all meetings were like that. So I went for a meeting with my boss. In that meeting also, everybody said, really bad, you guys don't know what is happening, performance is bad, market is bad, we are losing faith, what is long term, all of these things. Okay? It was very depressing. After the meeting, my boss came out, we sat in the car, and he said, "Ashish, now I think the market will go up." I said, "Sir, I thought we were both in the same meeting. How come? Why are you saying this? Why do you think market will go up now?" He said, "Because now even I am feeling scared." What is the meaning of that? The meaning is that when he's sitting in the meeting, he's also going through the same emotions those other people are going. And he's also feeling, oh my God, this is horrible. We all will become dinosaur. But because of his experience, what he can think about his thinking. So after 40 years of experience, he knows that whenever even I have felt like this, from there the market starts to turn, right? So the key point is like this, that all of us, human beings, want closure, we want determinate answers, we need definitive conclusions. But in reality, in the market, there is no top or bottom. You tell me today, is the market at the peak or the bottom? If you compare to the long history, it is near its peak. If you compare to the long future, it is at the bottom, right? I don't know how to say this in English, or I don't know the local language, but in Hindi, people say, "Dunya gol hai." You tell me something, US, is it to our west or our east? Depends whether you're flying Singapore Airlines or Emirates. If you take Emirates and go to the east coast, it is on your west. But if you take Singapore Airlines and go on to their west coast, it is on your east, right? So the key is that there is no top or bottom. There is only a journey. There is no left or right. It just depends on perspective. It depends on context. The world is not offline or online. It is combination. There is no physical or digital. That is why people coined a word which is phygital. Same way, there is no black or white. there is only gray. You tell me who does asset allocation? See, people who are dead sure in August 2024 that the market will keep making new highs, they will never be able to do asset allocation. Today, the people who want to surely buy only gold and silver, they can never do asset allocation. The time to probably buy gold and silver was in 2023. And the time to buy equity is probably today or next month, right? But what is happening is people are consistently buying where the returns are. You know, you must have all seen when you drive a car, there is a wiper. In the rainy season, there is a wiper in the car. What is funny thing about these wipers? When you put on the wiper, you must have seen that on the windscreen, when the water falls here, it wipes here. When it wipes here, the water falls on this side. So it goes here. Then the water falls here. This is good for wiping your windscreen, but that's not the way to invest in the markets, right? So people are investing where there are returns. So when they invest where there are returns, the returns go somewhere else. Like I've said before, in English there is a phrase, you have to shoot where the rabbit will be. It's a useless statement. You never know where the rabbit will be. But the least you will learn from the statement is don't shoot where the rabbit was last year. Correct? So these are very, very important things. You don't need to decide whether you should have value or growth, defensive or cyclical, quality or sasta, gold or debt. You need to be asset allocated. You need to be probabilistic. You need to be open-minded. Most people, they fail because they are very deterministic. That's why I made that point that, you can never be dead sure. If you are dead sure, you will be dead. So only people who are open-minded, only people who are probabilistic, they can survive in uncertain circumstances. Only people who are open-minded and probabilistic, they can survive in a world which is essentially gray. People who are very clear that the world is right or wrong, left or right, white or black, they are definitely going to be in trouble. I should also not say definitely, but be open-minded. Thank you very much. All the best.